Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the President welcomed President Widodo of Indonesia, Prince Harry of Wales, and the World Cup-winning U.S. women's soccer team to the White House. He also traveled to his hometown Chicago to talk with law enforcement leaders on criminal justice reform and to watch a Chicago Bulls game. That's October 23rd to October 29th, or the presidential wave.
Oh, it's the presidential wave, okay.
On Friday, the children of White House staffers were treated to a spooky trick-or-treat in the halls of the Eisenhower Executive Office Building.
This is so bizarre.
On Monday, the president took a stroll on a crisp fall day to the Metropolitan Club, a couple of blocks north of the White House. Later, the president welcomed President Joko Widodo of Indonesia for his first White House visit as president. On Tuesday, the president hosted the world champion U.S. women's national soccer team, who made America proud during the World Cup in Vancouver last July. Those women have inspired a lot of young girls along the way.
I never thought my note would bring me here to the White House with the woman I was watching on TV. Having this opportunity to stand before this group is simply amazing, and I'm never going to forget this moment. And now it is my honor to introduce the President, Barack Obama.
Hey. Girls like Ayla, who too often heard that they weren't somehow supposed to be as good at sports as boys. And Ayla got mad, and she should be mad with those attitudes. This team taught all America's children that playing like a girl means you're a badass.
After saying goodbye to the World Cup winners, the president headed to his old stomping grounds, Chicago. There, he addressed the International Association of Chiefs of Police, the largest gathering of law enforcement leaders in the world. He thanked police for the important work that they do and addressed the need for criminal justice reform.
So I want to be as clear as I can be. I reject any narrative that seeks to divide police and communities that they serve. I reject a storyline that says, when it comes to public safety, there's an us and a them. Now, that doesn't mean that things are perfect. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't have a serious and robust debate over fairness in law enforcement, over our broader criminal justice system when it comes particularly to communities of color.
And later that night, the president rooted for the Chicago Bulls in the NBA season opener, to the thrill and surprise of a packed arena. On Wednesday, the First Lady and Dr. Biden joined forces with Prince Harry to meet wounded service members at Fort Belvoir in Virginia and to promote the Invictus Games, an international event for injured military personnel. They toured studios and met with vets who are channeling their experiences into powerful art and music. Then, they watched a wheelchair basketball game. Later, the president got to sit down with the royal guest in the Oval Office. So stay engaged with us online, and remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. Thanks so much for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.